Gina, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you work, and what you do.
So I'm Gina Paduano Ralph. I am the lead scientist for the Jacksonville district for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Wow. So tell us, what have we been doing for the last 2 days out here in the Everglades related to engineering with nature?
So we have been talking about how the Everglades is a proving ground for natural and nature-based features, and how we can work with the landscape to build resiliency while also gaining ecosystem benefits, restoring the vast river of grass in order to improve resiliency for all of South Florida, to include drinking water supply, to prevent saltwater intrusion, as well as to provide these wonderful places for recreation and for convening with nature.
It's so, when you're out here, that the size of it's such a prominent feature of South Florida and all of its elements, because it's quite varied and complex and diverse. How do you think about kind of bringing that together and really kind of communicating and making progress on the public and agencies like the Corps and others really trying to leverage that value and that potential to create resilience? How do you see that happening?
So it's all about integration. And in the past, we have had very discrete business lines: navigation, coastal storm risk management, and flood risk management, ecosystem restoration. But the Everglades is the integration of all of those elements, because we are taking what nature has provided us, enhancing it to again allow protection from storm surge. We saw a mangrove community that we know is going to be affected by sea level change. And so are there ways that we can beneficially use dredged material to help add elevation to strategic locations along the coastline, not only to provide habitat value, not only to not have a transgression from one habitat type of mangrove to open water, but also to provide that resiliency against storm surge. We have a lot of hurricanes here in Florida, and areas that have a robust mangrove community are always better at protecting the human and built environment within our ecosystem.
The value of the landscape is so multifaceted.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have such a diversity of wildlife and habitats here, and the inane value of those to the whole resiliency of our coastline and our way of life here in Florida. Because the Everglades not only protect your water supply, but it offers these wonderful recreational opportunities, which then have an economic driver to help, again, enhance the way of life here in Florida.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you.
You're very welcome.